Picture this. You're sitting with your cousins on a quiet night. The only light in the room comes from a small candle on the table. Your grandmother starts telling a story she once heard as a child about a horse that can fly through the clouds, a pale woman crying in the dark, or a spirit that serves its master no matter the cost. The room becomes still, and even though everyone knows these are just old tales, nobody dares to look outside the window. These are the myths many Malaysians grew up with. They are strange, magical, and full of mystery. But they were not just created to entertain
or frighten children.
For our ancestors, myths help explain the world, warn about danger, and teach important values. By learning about this mythical creature today, we get a deeper understanding of our culture and the beliefs that shaped how our ancestors lived. In this speech, we will explore 3 well-known Malaysian mythical creatures: Kuda Sembrani, Lang Suir, and Hantu Raya, and the meanings they carry in our folklore.
Have you ever imagined a creature so powerful that it can carry a hero across worlds, guide them through danger, and only appear when the heart is pure? That creature is Kuda Sembrani. For our first main point, we will be looking at Kuda Sembrani, a legendary flying horse in Malay folklore. It is often portrayed as a magical companion that helps heroes travel across worlds, symbolizing strength, divine guidance, and heroic values found in many traditional hikayat. Isn't it interesting? The origin of Kuda Sembrani can be traced through old Malay folklore and classical literatures. In many hikayat, it appears as a mythical horse that helps hero journey between worlds. According to literary studies, the word Sembrani comes from Old Javanese, which is referring to something magical or enchanted. One well-known example is Hikayat Anggun Cik Tunggal, where Kuda Sembrani is shown as a divine source of supernatural strength and divine guidance to the hero. Kuda Sembrani also carries deep symbolic meaning. It represents spiritual guidance and noble power, often seen as a form of divine protection. Its ability to fly reflects freedom, ascension, and the courage to rise above challenges. In this way, the horse becomes more than a creature. It becomes a symbol of hope and strength. Lastly, the story of Kuda Sembrani teaches us several important moral values. It reminds us that courage, pure intentions, and following the right guidance will help someone overcome even the greatest obstacles. In many tales, the mythical horse only appears to a hero who carries noble missions or a sincere heart. This suggests that good intentions will attract good outcome, and true success comes when actions are driven by honesty and virtue.
In the midst of a peaceful evening, a beautiful woman with long billowy hair emerges. But she is no ordinary figure. She is Lang Suir, a vengeful spirit born from tragedy and despair. The origin of Lang Suir goes back to the 1800s. Set in the Malay Peninsula that is rich with ancient culture heritage, Lang Suir is said to be the restless spirit of a woman who died during childbirth. The story of this creature was passed down through generations, starting from ancient villages, then spread throughout the entire region of Malaysia. Though the story surely sends chills down our spine, that is not its sole purpose. It is also meant to symbolize the horrifying truth of Malay society. Through decades, the story signifies the neglection of maternal well-being in traditional Malay society. The spirit of Lang Suir, representing mothers who have tragically died during childbirth, is meant to highlight the fragility of motherhood, how fear, pain, and despair of maternal loss transform into wrath and vengeance for the protection they've always longed for. These heartbreaking symbolism ultimately leads to valuable moral lessons for us new generations. The tale of Lang Suir conveys the importance of respect, telling us to reflect upon the negligence of our ancestors and not to take advantage of the vulnerable. The existence of Lang Suir itself is meant to evoke empathy and compassion towards mothers who have suffered throughout their history and how they should always be tenderly cared for during the time of childbirth by offering them the love and affection that they deserve. And that is the story of Langsua.
Do you know what Hantu Raya is? Hantu Raya appeared for a reason. It is known as one of the strongest supernatural beings. It is often summoned to gain strength, protection, or even help beyond the human abilities. There is some store, right? I'm here. Behind you, look. In Malay tales, Hantu Raya originates from the traditional belief where an individual keeps the spirit for the personal gain. Other than for personal gain, the spirit can also mimic its owner, complete tasks, and follow commands. And if the owner dies without releasing the spirit doesn't disappear. Instead, it lingers, haunting the owner's family and demanding what it was once promised. Scary, right? Hantu Raya existence reminds us the danger of crossing the moral boundaries through dark religion. Every Hantu Raya stories contains warning. Shortcuts to power always come with a big cost. Those who depend on dark forces often face the consequences that could harm not only themselves but also their loved ones. In the end, Hantu Raya teaches us one thing: every pact with darkness will ask for something in return.
In conclusion, Malaysian mythical creatures like Kuda Sembrani, Langsua, and Hantu Raya are more than just old stories. Kuda Sembrani teaches us about courage, pure intention, and the importance of good guidance. Langsua reminds us to value life, care for mothers, and show compassion. Hantu Raya warns us about greed, shortcuts, and the dangers of seeking power without effort. By understanding these tales, we not only appreciate our rich cultural heritage, but also learn the moral lessons our ancestors wanted to pass down, guiding us to live with integrity,
empathy, and courage.